Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Frank Kennedy again. Glad to see you. Hope you're glad to see me. Or maybe you've just got some time on your hands so you said, hey, what the heck, I'll listen to him, see what he's got to say. That works too. So you'll recall that in our first video last time, I talked to you a little bit about my ideas for the Collectorate, what it came to, and introduced you to a book called The Father Unbound. And this would be that book right here. And I want to have you put yourself in the position of being a child, and you're the only one who sees the truth. Among all the elders, everyone around you, you're the only one who sees the truth. And this is the position that 7-year-old Traham Hadid finds himself in The Father Unbound. He is one who will see behind the veil of these great chancellors who live in the sky, so to speak, and are by and large revered. But he's having a hard time getting anyone to buy into it. Now, he is just a boy, so he's asking a lot of questions, and he's been through a very traumatic experience with a chancellor that has completely changed his outlook. He goes to his gene father, and his gene father is someone, well, he has his father's genes, but really nothing much else. He goes to him anyway, and he tries to get his gene father to show him the larger world around them. And this world is called Hybemini. It's the furthest colony out from Earth, about 370 light years. And it is, however, also the most valuable for a lot of reasons that are disclosed in the story. But I want to read you an excerpt from the book here as he goes to his father named Aziz and tries to get him to introduce Hadid to the larger world. I want to see what it's all about, Hadid says. I want to see what you and the other Hybem do in those places. I want to meet the chancellors who run the mines and distribute the profits. It's almost time for your next rotation. Take me, father. You can do this. You owe me. Azir curled his lips and looked around as if to make sure no one else was clued in on the conversation. He rested on his knees and drew Hadid close, lowering his voice. Oh, why? Because I did as the matriarch asked and helped your mother bring you into the world? We have the same genes, Hadid. No more than any my other 5 can say. Now go. Hadid swallowed but vowed not to be put off. All the other arranged children had heard this same easy excuse from their gene fathers. If you hadn't made me, I wouldn't need to know these things, Hadid said. I wouldn't care about what was happening to our people or what the chancellor or what's being done to us. Hadid raised a brow and whispered. And what do you think is being done, Hadid? Look around. See these gardens? How long has our enclave stood? How long have we survived here free and self-sufficient? I know what you're implying. I know what you've suggested to your friends. Now here's my suggestion. Rid yourself of these notions. Clear your head. Focus on Traham and be the best on the pack you have ever been. You don't need me. You don't want me. Azir shook Hadid loose and pushed him away. Hadid stumbled but caught himself before he fell into a bed of sweet cabbage. Azir turned away and reached for the shears, but the boy was faster. Hadid swooped in, grabbed the tool, and held it tight against his chest. Take me to the mines, or I'll talk. But this time, I'll be loud. They'll listen, and I don't care what they say. So imagine that's where you are as a child. No one around you sees the world as you do, and you do not even understand at the age of 7 that you're part of something that's been going on for 1,000 years, over 39 worlds. You really don't have a chance. And yet, Hadid's story will be about finding a way to make that chance happen. Now, if you'd like to follow me over to frankkennedy.org, you will see this lovely page right here called The Collectorate. And on this page, I have all 40 worlds of the Collectorate. And many of these worlds, starting with Earth, I've put together a very extensive history that takes you all the way from the very beginnings of the Chancellery itself, and talks about where we are in the present. We begin with the birth and rise of the Chancellery and go all the way forward to a place that takes us really to the end of the Father Unbound, and then also a few books into the series that follows thereafter. This is a project that is ongoing. Here is Hybemini, which is the subject of the Father Unbound, and this is all data coming from the Collectorate database. So there's a lot of things going on here, and this is a world that is going through significant transition as it goes through the Father Unbound and then actually becomes something, well, let's just say kind of different as we move on further into the timeline of the Collectorate. You'll also find, if you go forward into the Impossible Future series, which takes place after the Father Unbound, Tamarin will eventually become a world of some importance, especially in the concluding book. There's a lot of great stuff here. I encourage you to come through and take a look at these planets. Some of them have extensive biographies already in place. Some of them are very thin at this point, and a lot of that comes down to the process of as I add new stories on new worlds in the Collectorate. So thank you very much. Next time around, I'm going to go into the Impossible Future series and give you kind of a sense of what I was thinking and how that series evolved. So, until then, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, and das Vidania.